Hello, fellow aficionados. What you seek is seeking you. Rumi. The universe has a way of orchestrating things that we can't always see or understand, but one thing is certain. What belongs to you will find you, whether you're ready or not. There's an almost magnetic force at play, drawing the right opportunities, people, and experiences into your life when you least expect it. But here's the catch. This force doesn't respond to desperation, anxiety, or endless chasing. It thrives in calm, confidence, and an unshakable belief that what's meant for you won't pass you by. In a world obsessed with the hustle, this is a hard truth to swallow, but it's the kind of truth that will set you free. The moment you stop chasing and start attracting, you unlock the true power of your own magnetism. And that, right there, is where the magic happens. Now let's discuss this, shall we? Number 1. Magnetism over pursuit. When you're chasing after something, whether it's a person, a job, or some dream you've been holding on to, you end up pouring all your energy into getting it. But here's the thing, when you're chasing, you're essentially running after something that's running away from you. It's like trying to catch a bus that's already zooming off. Instead, what if you became the stop that the bus naturally pulls up to? When you focus on building your inner magnetism, by being confident, authentic, and living with purpose, you become like gravity. People and opportunities can't help but be pulled in by your force. There's a calm, irresistible power in someone who knows their worth and doesn't need to scream it from the rooftops. It's not about sitting around doing nothing, but about doing the right things that make you shine so brightly you don't need to chase after anything. Instead, the right things are drawn to you because you're simply too magnetic to be ignored. Think about it. A person who's comfortable in their own skin, who walks into a room with quiet confidence, isn't the one running after approval or validation. They're the ones people gravitate toward, wanting a piece of whatever they've got going on. They're not playing hard to get. They're just being themselves, and that's more attractive than any amount of chasing could ever be. So, the next time you're tempted to go chasing after something, remember the real power is in attracting it instead. Let what's meant for you find you. Because when you're radiating the kind of energy that's true to who you are, it won't have any other choice but to come right to your doorstep. Number 2, your energy filters everything. The energy you put out into the world is like an invisible force field that shapes what comes your way. When you're desperate or overly eager, it's as if you're wearing a big flashing sign that says, "I need this now." And honestly, that's a bit of a turnoff. It's like when someone is trying too hard to be liked. You start avoiding them because the neediness is just too much. The same thing happens with opportunities, relationships, and just about anything else you might want. The more you push, the more you accidentally push things away. But when you're calm, confident, and not sweating the small stuff, your energy changes. It's like the difference between a chaotic, crowded party and a laid-back, intimate gathering. People and opportunities feel more comfortable approaching you because they sense that you're not going to smother them with neediness. You're radiating the kind of energy that says, "I'm good with or without this," which paradoxically makes everyone want to be around you even more. Your energy acts like a filter, only letting in what truly aligns with who you are. When you're in a balanced state, the right things just flow your way. You don't have to hustle as hard because your energy is doing the work for you, filtering out the noise and drawing in what genuinely fits. It's like being a human magnet, where everything that's meant to be part of your life naturally sticks, and everything else slides off without a second thought. So instead of exhausting yourself by chasing after what you think you need, focus on keeping your energy in check. Let it do the heavy lifting, pulling in what's truly meant for you while the rest quietly falls away. Number 3, destiny doesn't need your permission. What's meant for you doesn't need you to bend over backward or stress yourself out to make it happen. It's like trying to force a plant to grow faster by yelling at it. Ridiculous and completely unnecessary. Your destiny, or whatever you want to call it, doesn't require your constant approval or obsessive effort. It's going to unfold whether you like it or not, and the sooner you accept that, the smoother the ride. Think of it this way. Life has its own way of making sure you end up where you're supposed to be, no matter how many detours you take. You can try to control every little detail, but it's like trying to herd cats. It's not going to go the way you planned. Instead of wasting energy on chasing after what you think you need, let things flow naturally. Your destiny is like a river carving its path through stone. It might take time, but it's going to find its way whether you're watching or not. So stop building dams and trying to control the current. The universe is a lot smarter than we give it credit for, and it doesn't need you micromanaging its every move. The right opportunities, people, and experiences will come to you at the right time, in the right way. Trust that what's truly yours is already on its way, and all you need to do is let go of the wheel a bit. In the end, your destiny will arrive, whether you're standing at the door waiting or you've decided to take a nap. It's going to find you, so why stress? Number 4, the law of disinterest. The funny thing about life is that the moment you stop obsessing over how things should turn out, everything seems to fall into place. It's like trying to find your keys when you're late. You'll tear the house apart in a panic, only to discover them sitting in plain sight once you've given up. The same principle applies to chasing after what you want. When you're too invested in the outcome, you unknowingly create tension and resistance that pushes it further away. There's something almost magical that happens when you decide to let go and trust the process. It's not about being indifferent or giving up on what you want, but about releasing the need to control every detail. When you're no longer holding on so tightly, life has a way of surprising you. It's as if the universe breathes a sigh of relief and says, "Finally, now I can get to work." By letting go of your grip on how things should unfold, you open yourself up to possibilities you never would have seen if you were too busy chasing them down. It's the law of disinterest in action. The less you force things, the more they seem to naturally come your way. It's not that you don't care about what happens, but that you trust it will happen in its own time and way. And when it does, it's usually better than anything you could have orchestrated yourself. So, next time you're tempted to micromanage your life, take a step back and chill out a bit. Stop chasing, start trusting, and watch how life unfolds in ways that leave you pleasantly surprised. The more you loosen your grip, the more life flows in your favor, bringing what's meant for you right to your doorstep. No frantic searching required. Number 5, focus on becoming, not getting. Focusing on becoming the person you want to be, instead of obsessing over what you want to get, is where the real magic lies. Think about it like this. If you're always fixated on chasing after something, you're playing the role of the pursuer. But when you focus on improving yourself, on growing, and on becoming the best version of you, the roles reverse, you become the prize. It's like planting a garden. You don't chase after the flowers to make them grow. You tend to the soil, water it, and make sure it gets enough sunlight. The flowers bloom naturally because the environment is right. The same goes for life. When you invest in becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts the things you desire, whether it's success, relationships, or happiness, those things start to come to you without all the frantic effort. This isn't about sitting back and doing nothing. It's about shifting your focus from external outcomes to internal growth. When you stop obsessing over what you want and start working on yourself, something remarkable happens. You become magnetic. The right people, opportunities, and circumstances start appearing in your life, not because you chase them down, but because you're the kind of person who naturally attracts them. In essence, it's about realizing that the key to getting what you want isn't in the getting, but in the becoming. When you cultivate your inner world, your outer world starts to reflect that in ways you couldn't have imagined. So instead of chasing after what you want, work on becoming the person who naturally draws those things into your life. It's a game changer, and the results will speak for themselves. Number 6, karma isn't about retribution, it's about resonance. Timing is everything, and sometimes the best things come not when you're desperately seeking them, but when you're least expecting them. It's like finding money in a jacket you haven't worn in ages, completely unexpected, and all the more delightful because of it. When you're so focused on chasing after something, you can actually miss out on what's right in front of you. The universe has a funny way of delivering what you need exactly when you need it. but it's rarely on your timeline. The truth is, when you stop obsessing over when something will happen, you free yourself up to actually enjoy the journey. It's like being on a road trip and only thinking about the destination. You miss all the cool stuff along the way. But when you let go of the need for things to happen right now, you start noticing the little surprises life throws your way. And here's the kicker. Often the things that come when you're not looking for them are exactly what you needed, even if you didn't realize it at the time. By trusting in the timing of your life, you allow space for things to unfold in a way that's far better than anything you could have planned. The universe has a way of aligning things in your favor, but only when you're not gripping the wheel so tightly that you miss the turn. So relax a little. Let go of the need to control every moment and trust that what's meant for you will show up when it's supposed to. It might just surprise you how perfect the timing turns out to be. Number 7. Scarcity mindset blocks your blessings. When you let go of the need to control everything, you create space for serendipity to work its magic. It's like trying to plan every single detail of a vacation. You end up stressed out, and half the time, things don't go as planned anyway. But when you leave a little room for the unexpected, that's when the best memories are made. The same thing happens in life. When you stop gripping so tightly to how things should be, you allow the universe to step in and surprise you. Serendipity is all about those unexpected moments that turn out better than anything you could have scripted. Maybe it's bumping into an old friend who connects you with a job opportunity or stumbling across a book that changes your perspective completely. These moments happen when you're open to possibilities, not when you're laser-focused on forcing a particular outcome. It's like the universe saying, "I've got something better in mind for you, just wait and see." Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring or that you give up on your goals. It just means you trust that things will work out in their own way, in their own time. When you do this, you're inviting serendipity to play a role in your life. And more often than not, it brings you something far better than what you were chasing after in the first place. So, loosen your grip a little, leave room for the unexpected, and watch how life has a way of surprising you in the best possible ways. Number 8. Life's a game of alignment, not effort. The energy you put out into the world has a way of boomeranging back to you, often with a lot more impact than you expect. If you're constantly in a state of stress, anxiety, and desperation, don't be surprised when that's exactly what life throws back at you. It's like trying to swim upstream against a powerful current, exhausting and pretty much pointless. But when you're calm, confident, and just a little bit chill about things, it's amazing how the flow of life seems to go your way. Energy is contagious, and the vibe you carry can either attract or repel what you're looking for. If you're too busy worrying, you might end up attracting more things to worry about. But if you're relaxed and trusting that things will work out, you open yourself up to opportunities, connections, and experiences that match that positive energy. It's like walking into a room with a big smile and a good attitude. You naturally draw people toward you, and good things start happening. When you let go of the frantic need to control everything and instead focus on maintaining a positive, confident energy, you become a magnet for the things you want. The universe responds to the signals you're sending out, and if those signals are calm, cool, and collected, it's going to send you more of the same. So if you want life to start playing nice, check your energy first. Make sure it's something you'd want to receive back, because chances are that's exactly what you're going to get. Number 9, embrace the waiting game. Here's a secret. The universe doesn't care if you're frantically pursuing something. It's not impressed by your stress levels or your relentless hustle. Instead, it responds to the quiet confidence that you're exactly where you need to be. When you're chasing something with desperation, you're basically broadcasting to the universe that you're not in a good place. But when you're at peace with yourself, that's when you start to see real progress. Think of it like trying to catch a butterfly. The more you flail and run after it, the more it will flutter away. But if you sit still and let it come to you, you're much more likely to have it land gently on your shoulder. Life operates on the same principle. When you're in a state of calm and self-assurance, you become like a magnetic field that naturally attracts the things you want. It's like having an invisible force field that draws in opportunities, relationships, and experiences because you're not constantly pushing them away with your frantic energy. So take a deep breath, relax, and trust that what's meant for you will find its way to you. When you stop chasing and start being, you create the perfect conditions for the universe to deliver what you've been hoping for. It's not about sitting around and waiting for miracles, but about cultivating an inner state that naturally draws them in. The more you embrace this mindset, the more you'll find that everything you want starts to come to you effortlessly, like a butterfly landing softly in your lap. Number 10. Serendipity thrives in stillness. You can't force anything to fit into your life, no matter how much you want it. Trying to shove a square peg into a round hole might get you nowhere except frustrated. Sometimes the universe has its own idea of timing and alignment, and trying to push things before they're ready is like trying to bake a cake that's still missing half the ingredients. It just won't turn out right. When you're pushing too hard for something, it's like you're trying to muscle your way through life's traffic jam. Instead of easing into the flow, you're honking and weaving, only to find yourself stuck in the same spot, grumbling about the delay. What you want might be perfect for you, but if it's not aligning with the natural flow of your life, all your efforts will just feel like hitting your head against a brick wall. The key is to recognize when you're fighting against the current and instead adjust your approach. It's not about giving up, but about working with the rhythm of your life rather than against it. Sometimes the best move is to step back, reassess, and let things unfold in their own time. It's like waiting for a plant to grow. No amount of worrying or yelling at it will speed up the process. Instead, nurture it, give it what it needs, and trust that it will bloom when it's ready. So, stop trying to force the pieces to fit, and instead focus on aligning with the natural flow. Sometimes, letting go of the pressure to make things happen instantly creates the space for them to come to you in their own perfect time. And when they do, you'll find that they fit perfectly, without any need for force or frustration. In the grand scheme of life, chasing after what you want with relentless urgency often misses the point. What truly belongs to you, be it opportunities, relationships, or dreams, will find its way to you when you stop straining to grasp it. By focusing on becoming your best self and aligning with your natural flow, you create an environment where the universe can deliver what's meant for you effortlessly. Embrace the art of attracting rather than chasing. Trust in the timing of your journey and watch as life unfolds in surprising and gratifying ways. Sometimes, the best way to get what you want is to let go of the need to control it and simply let it come to you. If you enjoy diving into these insights and want to keep exploring how to attract what's meant for you, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join us on this journey of self-discovery and empowerment. Subscribe now and stay tuned for more content that'll help you master the art of attraction. Thanks for watching. See you in the next vid. Stay strong, stay stoic, and bye for now.